I am your host, Charles Watson. And guys, I hope you guys are doing well. Hope everyone is doing well. Happy Thursday under quarantine. Looks like here soon life is going to be returning to semi-normal. And I know that everyone has been busy trying to make sure that their families are safe, trying to make sure that their finances are in line and making sure that they have everything they need to survive the really unprecedented times in this pandemic. So with everything happening and stuff, I kind of want to get back into normalcy and try to get back into producing content that's helpful for small business owners, especially now as we start to reopen the economy, as small businesses that have survived start to come back online and start to open back up again for business. So we picked off left off about 2 months ago. I was doing a series about Google, and I talked about the benefits of Google Near Me local searches. I talked about how Google was moving towards a zero-click search model, more like competing with social media, putting social media elements into their search engine so that people wouldn't have to click off of the search platform in order to find information about businesses, conduct business with small businesses. They could use the Google platform to, look at your business on maps. They could use it to send you a text message. They could use it to make phone calls, and they could even use your Google business listing to purchase products that you have listed. And so today, guys, the title of this video is why Google My Business is important for your business, especially now. In the last couple videos, I was always talking about the shift in consumer behavior that was getting ready to happen. We were projecting that it was probably 5 years out, the future of consumer behavior and how consumers were going to interact with businesses and products and listings and things online. But the entire COVID-19 pandemic and this whole situation has really excelled and has really advanced that shift in consumer behavior. And so now I predict that this is now. And this is going to be the way forward, especially as businesses open up, especially as people start to come online, and especially as the masses start to feel comfortable going back out and being in crowded spaces, being at malls, walking in shopping centers, being at flea markets. So this is the continuing trend in consumer behavior. And so I just wanted to share with you guys why right now, I mean, we should have been working on this maybe a month ago, 2 months ago would have been a really great opportunity to start putting this into implementation and putting this into place. It's still not too late, guys, but the real estate on the search engines is definitely getting crowded because while you hesitated to do this, other businesses did not, and they stuck with it and they accelerated this process. So competition is probably a little more stiff now than it was, let's say, the end of January, the beginning of February, but it's still possible for your business to take advantage of a Google My Business listing and placement on the Google platform. So guys, I don't want you to take my word for it. I just want to share with you 3 statistics that I found, because, you should always do your own research. You should always draw your own conclusions, and you should always research things that you see. But I just want to share with you some statistics that have come out recently, and I'll give you the sources. So here's what the data is saying. So statistic number 1 is that 46% of all Google searches have local intent, and that comes from HubSpot. So that's about 1.6 billion searches per day where people are looking for products and services and information in their location. This is why near me search is so powerful. This is why a Google My Business listing is so powerful. You got 1.6 billion searches per day of consumers searching for products and services that you offer in their general area. Statistic number 2 is 93% of local searches now feature a Google My Business listing. And that's coming from a source called Stat Analytics. And there's a lot of people using Google every day for local purposes. And we know that virtually all of these searches feature a Google My Business listing. With a Google My Business listing, if somebody types in, well, I can show you this right now, you don't even have to type these days. Okay, Google, Miele vacuum dealers near me.
Here are some listings for Miele vacuum dealers near me within 6 miles.
Okay, so you just talk to your phone. You don't even have to press or look into the search. And right here, this is my client, C2 Vacuum Sales and Repair right here. And look, right, you show up on maps, right? So that's what we're talking about. This is what a Google My Business account allows your consumers and allows for your business. You show up on maps, you can call, you can request directions. And when you pull it up on mobile, this is exactly what it looks like. You see how it looks kind of like a social media platform? Here's all the content that they're posting, that we've been posting for them. Here's their location on maps. Here's their how many times you visited, what time they close, request a quote. They can call, you could suggest an edit, and you could see pictures here. And then it's review based. Look at all the reviews. They have 4.8 stars on Google. And guys, this is what your consumer, this is what your customer is now doing. They're typing this into the search engine. They're speaking into their phones and their local intent. They're looking for companies to do business with. And this is why it's so important. This is now consumer behavior. And this is why you have to have a Google My Business listing. So point number 3, 68% of people contact a business directly from the search results. And this comes from search engine land. If they're on a mobile device, and we already know that 50% of all web traffic and growing is on a mobile device, just like I showed you, all your customer needs to do is tap that link, tap that phone button, tap that map icon, and they can interact. You can have your products for sale directly on the search engine, directly on the platform. And guys, if they're not calling you, they're calling your competitor directly from search results. These are the data points that show the importance of a Google My Business listing, especially now that we know that Google wants to send people to any platform that they own. Remember that the goal of social media, the goal of Facebook, the goal of Instagram, the goal of Twitter, the goal of TikTok, the goal of Snapchat, the goal of Google is to keep its users on that platform. They don't want you clicking away. They don't want you to leave their platform because they want that engagement. They want you to be on their platform. And Google, listen, Google has lost the battle in the past, right? I mean, Google Places, Google Maps, Google Plus, Google Local, Google Business, you know, they all failed. We all remember when Google Plus failed, but they didn't take failure lightly. They just kind of went back to the drawing board. And over the years, slowly but surely, they've been kind of rolling their Google Plus elements and social media elements into their search engine. It's actually pretty damn smart and ingenious on their part. So you got to stay with it. You got to stay relative. You got to be posting regular content. You got to be giving updates. You got to engage with your customers. Google is now like a social media platform, and you got to be active on it. And guys, one last fact, and this comes from Forbes, 88% of people trust online reviews as much as personal recommendations. So I showed you with C2 Vacuum, the reviews that they had, the recommendations that they had. Google My Business, guys. It's not the future of your online presence. It's the now of your online presence, and you really need to pay attention to it. You got to pay attention to it to stay relative, especially now as consumer behavior has shifted. Before the pandemic, we were talking about, you know, the gradual shift of consumer behavior. But let's face it, this pandemic, this crisis has really accelerated that process. And this is the future of business moving forward. So guys, that's it. That was 3 tips on why a Google My Business listing is so important for your business, especially right now. My client C2 Vacuum has stuck with it, and they've seen an 86% surge in their online traffic, 155 website visits, 120 phone calls. It works. It works. That's all I could tell you. Guys, I hope you found value in this video. I hope you're doing well. Please continue to stay safe. We are in exciting times with everything starting to open back up. Please follow all the CDC recommendations. Keep following social distancing as long as they tell you to. But I'm excited to get back to business as usual. I hope as a business owner, you're excited to get back to business as usual. I hope as a consumer, you're excited to get back to business and life as usual. I know we were all looking forward to it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share it with someone you think could benefit from this information. And until then, guys, be safe, be awesome, and we will talk soon.